There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we will call Mount Panorama. Welcome to the channel. Hey, it's Go Gretty. Yeah, there's been some weird things happening around here at Mount Panorama lately, one of which is this lobby. I don't know hardly anyone in this lobby. I know about 4 people in here, including Hellsfire YT, which I'm assuming is YouTube, and he's a world finalist. Andrew Racing, of course, he is a YouTuber as well. And then iMeteor. That's about it. So that's all I know in this lobby. And so it should be an interesting race because I believe it is full of aliens. As you saw, there are flying discs around this here mountain picking up cattle because, well, I mean, who doesn't like steak, right? I am a little surprised they didn't pick up a pig too because, well, in the morning they're going to want some bacon, but who am I to judge? All right, well, let's get on to qualifying. All right, so if you were lucky enough to be hanging out with me during my last live stream, you'll know that it's very hard to get out of the pit. So I was super excited to come out, and I was also very careful to avoid this line right here because if you cross that line, that's a 3-second penalty. Don't cross that line. Whatever you do, don't cross the pit line. It's terrible. You don't want it to happen. Now we do the wiggly worm here, getting our tires warmed up, and I look in my rearview mirror. I got Andrew, a.k.a. the driver formerly known as PX Cam 20 behind me, but the driver behind him just a little too impatient. He doesn't want to wait for Andrew. He wants to get behind Gretty, and I don't blame him. I mean, who wouldn't want to be behind me during qualifying? I mean, So break there at 75, get down in the third. Power out of the corner, not too shabby, not a bad exit right there. And I'm giving Hellcat WB some good suck down the straight, but I'm getting a little bit myself from, Quetzalcoatl, something like that. Whatever. Down into third at the driveway. Hugging it tight, getting back on the throttle. I'm not trying to drive too hard on this qualifying lap. I'm trying to drive within myself and hopefully start somewhere in the top 10. That's was my hopes because let's face it, there are some alien sleds on the mountain today. The Atenza, the M4, you could even say the McLaren a little bit. Pretty strong here at Mount Panorama. And there's one of those alien sleds right there. Almost turns in front of old Gretty and takes me out, but ends up exiting and probably getting another run at the mountain. So right now looking good at the top of the mountain. Going to lift right here, get down on the inside right, and then try and straighten her out and lightly apply the brakes. Hugging the wall there, coming back to the left, careful not to cut too much of that corner right on down the mountain. And let me tell you what, this is a white knuckle ride. As you see the Hyundai scraping along the wall there, sending sparks back old Gretty's way as we head out of Forest Elbow and down towards the chase. So not a bad lap. The Hyundai had a little better exit than I did, but it looks like I'm catching up onto him. I'm going to get into a slipstream here before the kink in the chase. And I'm thinking that I've got a low 115, maybe even a high 114, because the lap was feeling good, except for the little weird mishap with the Atenza back there at the top of the mountain. Otherwise, I don't feel like I misstepped anywhere. I felt a little slow in the mountain, but sometimes when you feel like you're slow in the mountain, it's actually fast. Go down to second after braking at about 75 meters. Not my best corner there, but not terrible either. And we crossed the line with a 2:15.717. I was a little surprised by that. I thought it was going to be a quicker lap. So we're going to go for it again here. I take it in third. I feel pretty good about that corner once again. And I am definitely thoroughly in the slipstream of the G70 as we head towards the upper part of the mountain, heading up the mountain. Going to brake again here on the left, right about the middle of the driveway. Going to get to the inside, try and power it on nice and early, but not too early that the rear end comes out. If you start to slide that rear end around on this humid, moist ground here at Bathurst, you will lose time. So you want to get a little bit of slip, but boy, I tell you what, too much will definitely take tenths off your time. So coming up the mountain again, once again, turning in there by the happy tree, get over to the left side. This is full throttle all the way through here. Now, as I understood, some cars could hold it through here as well. I could not when it had the humid ground like this. The Corvette just wanted to push out and hit that wall over there to the right. If it was a little bit drier, I could take it flat, but it just did not seem to want to do it under these conditions. So try to check the mountain a little bit faster, and I was catching up to the Hyundai in front of me. So again, I was feeling good about the lap, and nice and composed through here. No crazy wiggles, no slides, nothing out of control. Get down to second one, hug the inside of the wall there, get on the gas early and send it towards the wall. A little hesitant on the throttle coming out of Forest Elbow there. Probably wanted to be a little stronger on that throttle and just barely missed that wall. Just graze it because you want to carry as much speed as you can down this back straight here at Bathurst. Now, I'm really making a run on the Hyundai now, and I am in a green sector here, so I'm like, oh, feeling good. But then I catch the Hyundai, that's all right. So I back it off a little bit, get down, going to third, and boy, I followed him right into the grass. Dirty tires, couldn't stay on track. Ended up losing all that I had gained. Not good at all. A 1:15.7 in this lobby it's just not going to hold up. I'm in P11 right now, but I'm like, I don't know. This could drop me pretty far down the rankings before all is said and done. So when it is all said and done, ends up with a Q13. So I will start in big lucky number 13 for the race. All right, so if you look up at the sky, you see the military spraying chemtrails on the crowd. Now, we know what they're trying to do. We all know it's a biological agent against what we saw earlier. We know it's true. There's no denying it now. Big government. Got our eye on you. All right. On to corner number 1. I don't know where to brake because I've never started P13 before here, at least not that I can remember. So I chose about the 70 mark there and came out okay on the other end. Fast forward down the straight, side-by-side action between Maximiano and Hellcat WB. And Maximiano right on by Hellcat. Moves into P11. Smelled a little blood in the water. Went for it. Pretty nice job there. Hellcat not defending too much at the beginning of the race. And now I'm on the back of both of them going up the hill. Looking for something to happen for yours truly. Hoping maybe a little wall riding action or something. Now, Hellcat's looking like he's struggling a little bit there in the RCZ. Not really sure how the car handles here. I know it's usually a pretty fast top-end car. I've got the Porsche Cayman behind me all over my rear end, but I'm not going to let that faze me. My eyes are focused forward right now. Porsche is just going to have to wait. As you see the RCZ getting a little out of shape there, coming down the mountain. Again, I'm feeling like Hellcat's looking a little wild. Goes wide, comes out the other side. I'm like, well, I might have enough run on him here to make a pass before the end of the straight. Now we are on lap 1, and already I can see the field in front is starting to pull away from us. As you can see, they're already cresting the hill up there as Maximiano unable to hold on to the slipstream. So I give a little bump draft to the RCZ instead of passing him, thinking that he can get back into the slip of the Lexus that is in front of us and possibly pull us out of the slipstream of the Porsche and the drivers that are behind him. I don't quite want to get in a battle just yet on lap 1 and pull in all those drivers from way in the back. So we get on the brakes here onto the last corner. The Porsche gets into the back of me, and well, they have a little bit of side-by-side action coming out the corner, and that bodes well for yours truly, as that increases the gap to 1.3 seconds between me and them. That takes us out of the slipstream. So now I can relax a little bit about what's going on behind me and just concentrate on what's going on in front. All right, fast forward down the front straight here towards the right-hander. Again, I'm braking a little bit early, getting down on the inside on the apex so I can get on the gas early. The RCZ a little bit wider than me through that corner gives me an opportunity to catch back up a little bit through that section, heading towards the cutting here. I just want to stay in contact in that slipstream, apply that pressure because I'm feeling like the RCZ is driving a little bit sloppy, in the mountain section of the course, the section coming up here and going downhill. And I'm thinking I might be able to find an opportunity at some point in the mountain to either make a move or apply more pressure or at least get close to him. And he makes a mistake there at Sullivan's Corner. And as we're coming out through here, he's looking again like I can apply pressure as we're coming down the hill. He nicks the wall there. Now he's really feeling the pressure. Now I could send it right here, but I don't think it's a good idea because he's going to push out wide there, and that would have been me between him and the wall, and I didn't want that to happen. So I'm just hanging back here just like a praying mantis, just ready to strike. And he goes wide, hits the wall, and I come down the inside there, make my move. Now what you did not see happen in front of us is what happened with the Lexus. He's coming down the mountain, looking pretty good actually, coming down this right and going to cut it back to the left, but he cuts it too tight to the apex. That's a no-no in Gran Turismo. You see here he's got 2 tires on the white line, the 2 outer tires on that white line. Can't do it. They got to be on the other side of the line or you get a 1-second penalty. And you can see I'm 1.8 seconds ahead there. That 1-second penalty is going to translate into more than 1.8 seconds as I go by and some, but I'm not the only one that goes by. Let's look here. How tough is that 1-second penalty? Well, there goes me. Now here comes the RCZ. He tries to block him going into the chase, but the RCZ passes through the grass, and that's not it. Here comes the Merc. So that 1-second penalty from that little tiny mistake there on the mountain proves costly as he loses 3 positions. So be very careful in that corner coming down the mountain to keep 1 set of tires on the other side of that white line. Now you see I have a 0.99 second gap heading into lap number 3 and turn 1. I want to extend that lead, relieve myself of any pressure, and hopefully start to chase down P10 5.4 seconds out in front of me. Big task, but you never know. Mount Panorama. I've had 3 people die on the mountain here before, and I've gone from 4th to 1st, just like blink of an eye, that fast. Now, as we're coming to the right-hander here, look in the rearview mirror. You see he's going to go wide again. I'm going to keep it narrow, but he goes way too wide, and I'm able to pull back out of that slip that he was able to get back into after I didn't quite have as good a corner 1. Pressure back off of yours truly as we head up the mountains. The graphics of this game are absolutely phenomenal. I know it's got its issues. I know that we've got the monetary things. Now that letter that Kaz sent was a big step forward into improving that. If we can just get the lobby straightened out as well, this really can be an amazing game. I really like the physics. Beautiful. I mean, look at the city laying down the valley there, the clouds, the stars in the sky, just everything about the game is visually just phenomenal. It's really a very pretty game. Very enjoyable to drive as I head down the mountain. You can see as I'm going down the mountain, very composed. The RCZ quite a bit sloppier coming down the mountain. That is the key to going fast down that mountain, is learning how to go smooth and fast. Fast is smooth. So on to lap number 4. Last time through the mountain. Again, look at the stars peeking out there in the twilight. Absolutely beautiful. The headlights shining off the trees as you're pointing uphill towards the peak, the crest of Mount Panorama. And oh my goodness, scared the heck out of me. A black helicopter at Mount Panorama. You can't do that to me. Heading down, I actually nicked the wall right there, caused me to go off the left. Lucky I didn't get a penalty as I was on the grass, but just enough tire left on the curb to avoid a disaster there, as I was only 2 seconds out in front of Hellcat WB as we head down. Just got to get on the gas one more time here, coming out of Forest Elbow, and we look good. One last chance to screw it up here at the cutting. No, not going to happen. Looking just fine through that corner, heading under the Armor All Bridge. One last corner to wrap up this race. From P13, I didn't quite catch P10, but did make it into P11. We give it a flash of the lights here as we cross the finish line. Take home a P11 and a pretty strong lobby, so I was pretty pleased with that. As you can see, there I am right there in 11th, right behind Jay Bauer. The team is pleased. I know they want more from me. I'm going to give them more when we go back to Group 3. This Group 4 car is just a little overpowered by some of the big names on this track, like the Atenza and the McLaren. So take home 187 points. Not bad. Could do better. Like I said, we're gonna put our hopes on that GR3 car. So hope you enjoyed the race. Hope you enjoyed all the commentary. If you did, hit the like and or subscribe. Come back, check out some more of the action. For myself, Go Grady. Y'all have a great evening. DJ Clean, take us out of here.